there, and welcome to today's Divine Dragon activation. I'm your host, Luna Raw Starshine, and I've been working with the Divine Dragons for a little over 4 years now. And for me, the Divine Dragons truly represent nature in its most incredible, most powerful, most divine form aspect. So the dragons are simply personas and embodiments of nature and of the elements. The dragons are master elemental alchemists. They have the power, the ability to move and transform energy. And they teach us how to do that for ourselves, how to become our own energetic masters so we can feel more powerful in our own lives, so we can feel more abundant, so we can master our lives, our realities. But that's not the only teaching coming from the dragons. It's one thing to be embodied, to be powerful. It's another thing to do that for the right reasons. And because these dragons are aspects of nature, of the divinity within nature, they are working with us right now and calling on us to help us bring things back into balance on planet Earth. Because as we know, as everyone knows, humanity has gone way too far with the industry of mining and fracking and oil and plastic and pollution, and the list goes on and on. But our ecosystems are in danger right now because of our decisions and our choices, our actions, that there are repercussions. And that's something that we need to take notice of and have forgiveness for ourselves and for those who came before us who made these choices, but now know that we have the power and ability to make new choices, to make choices that will help our planet continue to thrive, will help humanity continue to thrive, and future generations be able to live in a healthy environment and for the good of all life on planet Earth. When you start working with the dragons, they are calling you to become a guardian, a guide, a protector. They are really pushing you to take action, to be of service. When we see the Buddha sitting, meditating, being at peace, we see these dragons often moving around him, or nagas. And these beings represent the divine action, the action that is necessary to take in order to reach a space of enlightenment. And we could all go meditate in a cave and become Buddhas if that was our life's calling. But that's just not the case for many of us in this time and this reality. Although maybe many of us have already done that in previous lifetimes, now we are being called to act, to be in service to the world around us. And there's many ways that we can do that. Many of you that might feel connected with me are artists and have no idea about how to be these environmental activists. But there is a bridge here happening. There's a huge opportunity with all of the technologies we have, all the social media that we have, all the tools we have to create. There's never been a better time to create an impact in the world around you. We are being called to step into our power, to be of service to nature, to Gaia, to the water sources, to the trees, plants, and animals. And how do we do that? Well, it's going to be different for every individual. Each individual will feel their own unique spark and unique calling. And to find that spark, one must look for it and begin to cultivate practices. So dragons teach us about this as well. They teach us the discipline to look deeper within ourselves, and they teach us how to have the strength and courage to maybe need to be alone, to not be able to participate in certain things that you used to extend your energy to nature, possibly to travel the world, because we are also working with grid lines, dragon grids, specific dragon points that we can utilize as portals for the dragons to be able to come through, to help to inspire the consciousness that is in that area to shift. So we're planting seeds for new timelines, for new energies to be awakened, so that we can come online to this network of higher consciousness, connecting into this web that connects us to the mountains, the water systems, the rivers, lakes, and valleys, and all the mineral kingdoms below us, connects us to the heavens below, living in this symbiotic relationship and channeling this energy, this movement, this fire, this breath, water, flow, with the power, the force of the dragon, the energy behind the dragon. Thinking of the thunderstorms, the hurricanes, the earthquakes, all these things, it was all dragon energy. So instead of having fear about the changes that we will come, we learn to embody these energies so we can create the necessary changes that we need to in this world. And in order for people to wake up, to become aware of how their actions have impacted their environment, some people may need to go through hitting rock bottoms or hitting certain experiences that shake them. Perhaps you have had experiences in your life that shook you. And this is part of the shamanic journey, is having to face these trials and tribulations in order to alchemize them and become your most powerful self. Not everyone can do that. Some people will continue to play small and not be able to alchemize the energy and come into their power. They might just go deeper into a hole. But if you're here listening to this video, then there's something within you that is resonating with this calling to work with dragons, to work with the energy of the dragon. We see this in martial arts, we see this in music, and this ability to come into a flow state. And we see this in embodiment. We see this with the voice, when someone is able to fully assert their power, their energy through their voice and shift and change a room. For me, these are all aspects of the dragon energy. And I want to help encourage others to learn how to work with this energy, how to embody it, how to send it into the world, so that we can help to elevate and uplift consciousness and see these changes, these results, and have more sense of being centered and knowing that even though it might seem chaotic in the world, thinking things are working out because we are focused. This is another aspect of the dragon, is the ability to focus. Okay, the eye, the dragon's eye in the Draco constellation, the center, it doesn't move. It is observing the entire planet, the entire universe, and it stays in its center. It's able to see beyond all illusion. It's able to see beyond all confusion. It has the immense ability and capacity to stay laser focused. So the dragon teaches us to focus. Focus in on one singular point, because when we do that, that's where we access more of who we are, more of consciousness. There are doorways through every single point. So as we train our ability to narrow our focus and accomplish the tasks, the missions that our guides, our higher self is assigning us on a day-to-day basis, then we can begin to build our spiritual auric field, our capacity, our energy. We can be bigger, we can take up space. Dragons also teach us to take up space, not be afraid of who you are, not be afraid to impact those around you. And when you start to work with the dragon, you might notice where, oh, I'm a little bit timid in this situation. Maybe I felt pretty good over here with family or friends, but now I'm in this other situation and I'm feeling a little timid. Well, calling on your dragon self to expand, to come into this higher power, into this knowing that you are an embodiment of nature itself. You are here on a divine mission, a divine task to bring forth this ripple of consciousness and this rainbow serpent that has been prophesized across cultures throughout all time and history on planet Earth. It's a very real thing. When you began to work with it, you began to understand what this means for you as an individual. I'm only speaking based on my experience, but perhaps you can connect with the dragons in a way that helps you come into your expanded self, your expanded reality, so you can impact more lives around you, more people, more plants, more animals in a positive way, bringing more life. So I want to share with you about the upcoming Galactic Dragon Thunder Summit with the English Mystic and 24 other live speakers on July 21st. We're all going to be gathering and sharing our Galactic Dragon wisdom. And for this seminar, I will be offering an activation as well as a workshop on embodiment, focusing on the voice and the vocal expression. So allowing the dragons to come in and teach us about really activating our power, our voice, our vocal centers, so we can really create an impact in our world. So I hope you'll join me for that on July 21st. I also have an upcoming trip to Bali. I'm looking for a few people to join me on this trip. We are going to be visiting 6 different dragon activation points and doing live dragon activations at these centers throughout Bali, which is the purification center of the planet. So we're going there to assist, to be of global service, to step into our power and allow the dragons to guide us to become better guardians for this planet and for the universe. So I hope you'll join me, and you can check out the links that are in the description to join. Thank you. I'll see you next time.